Good morning and welcome to KidNuz. I'm Tori. Today is Friday, February 5th, 2021. And we begin with slime coming to the Super Bowl. This year, CBS is partnering with Nickelodeon to draw in younger viewers. Look for special effects during Sunday's pregame show, an appearance by Nick stars Gabrielle Nevea-Green and Lex Lumpkin, and Nickified highlights like slime cannons during halftime. While tape rolls on screen, The Weeknd will be off screen, putting the finishing touches on what is shaping up to be a historic mid-game extravaganza. Not only will it be extra long, but because of the coronavirus, it won't take place on a center stage. The NFL has restricted the turf to players and refs only, which means The Weeknd will be rocking out almost entirely from the stands. One final note, the singer has announced he intends to be respectful to the families watching and will keep his performance PG. About the game itself, it'll be old versus new. 43-year-old Tom Brady making his 10th Super Bowl appearance versus 25-year-old Patrick Mahomes making only his second, but with a vested interest in defending his championship from last year. Many are portraying the game as the game's GOAT versus the game's future. Kickoff is at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 Pacific, and so far the Kansas City Chiefs are favored over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But if Tampa pulls out a win, Mayor Jane Castor says she's willing to consider renaming her town either Tampa Bay or Tampa Brady. What do you think of when you hear the word Connecticut? Chances are it's not pizza. But try telling that to lawmakers in New Haven who are pushing to make a nice rolled slice the state's official food. As soon as word of the attempt broke, tri-state pizza lovers got a little hot. Walk before you run, one person blasted on Twitter. New Jersey posted a simple no, while New York told its neighbor to the east to sit down. Some in Connecticut did come to their state's defense, but only in a half-baked kind of way. We may not have the best, they seem to agree, but any way you slice it, our pizzas still got game. Leave it to a 10-year-old to come up with a great wintry way to give back to frontline workers. Christian Stone lives in Westerly, Rhode Island, and when the big nor'easter hit this week, it dumped 2 feet of snow everywhere, including in a hospital parking lot. Christian grabbed an adult family friend and some shovels, and as workers finished their shift, the pair would escort him or her to their car, tell them, "Your storm was inside, this one is ours," before digging out their cars and sending them on their way. Before the night was over, the twosome had shoveled out upwards of 70 vehicles. Their hope is to encourage others to do similar acts of kindness because one good deed can go such a long way. They've dubbed their mission the #Christian and Abby Ripple Effect. It's not often we put 2 roller coaster stories in the same week, but it's the mind-blowing speed of Falcon's flight that prompted an exception. On Monday, we told you about the Jersey Devil, which, when it opens this summer, will be the fastest single-rail ride in the world. Well, that looks downright quaint compared to what engineers in Saudi Arabia have planned. When it makes its debut in 2023, the ride in the Middle East will be the fastest of its kind, with those daring enough to climb on board hitting maximum scream at 156 miles an hour. Aside from speed, it will also shatter height and track length records by climbing 655 feet, dropping at a 90-degree angle, zipping through a tunnel, then launching into another acceleration. Riders can expect a weightless feeling at one point, and if they dare to open their eyes, an epic view of the park. That's it for KidNuz. Don't forget, it really helps if you rate and review us wherever you get your podcasts. Now, our KidNuz quiz. Where will The Weeknd do his Super Bowl halftime show? Almost entirely from the stands. He also promises to keep it family-friendly. Who is favored to win the Super Bowl? Kansas City over Tampa Bay. What state wants to make pizza its official food? Connecticut. But New Jersey and New York are saying not so fast. How did a 10-year-old help frontline workers at a Rhode Island hospital? By digging their cars out of the snow. In One for the Road, Peeps are back. After a 9-month halt in production due to the pandemic, the sugar-coated classic will return to store shelves just in time for Easter. As if to satisfy doubters, the company posted to Facebook, "This is not a drill." All the tried and true flavors will be back, joined by 2 newcomers, a Fruit Loops Pop and something that seems the opposite of sugary, Hot Tamales Fierce Cinnamon. Before we head out for the weekend, it's time to give a shout out to some of our KidNuz teachers who signed up in the Teachers Lounge section of our website, www.kidnuz.org. In Michigan, Mr. G at Pine Ridge in Grand Rapids, and Mr. Abel at Early Elementary in Montague, Ms. R at Columbine in Denver, Colorado, and Ms. Olson at Las Lomitas in Atherton, California. Thanks for listening, everyone. Don't forget to take our weekend review quiz on our website, and we'll see you back here for more Kid News Monday morning.